Hey, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. This is Fred, your host, and in this episode I would like to share a tip with you. That tip is how to get into the nooks and crannies of your, let's say, slide and your handgun or, shotgun, rifle, any type of part that happens to have a lot of nooks and crannies and things like that. I have a tip for you, and if you hang in with me, I'll show you what it is. You're still watching, so you're hanging in with me, and I appreciate that. Well, a lot of us might take a screwdriver, some other semi-pointy object, and wrap a patch around it and work up and down in your slide. You can see this is dirty. This is a gun that I shot about 2 weeks ago, and I'm just getting around to cleaning it. But I have another trick. I'm going to grab some Ballistol here, excuse my elbow, and I'm going to break out a pipe cleaner. That's right, a pipe cleaner. This happens to be the perfect size. You could bend it into any shape, so I'm going to sort of bend this into something that I felt worked pretty good. I'm going to dip this in some Ballistol. If you want to watch me dip, there we go. It's good to get these big cans too, not just the aerosol. If you want to do this trick, it makes it easier. And what you could do is, see how I shaped this? You might have a better shape, but I just sort of gave it a slight wrap around and bend so I can sort of get it down into the slide rail and run it up and down. Ain't that neat? Alright, you can see all that dirt. Now, this particular pipe cleaner is not the ideal pipe cleaner. And I thought I had a really bright idea, but I'm not the first one to come up with this. And some of you are saying, oh yeah, I've been doing this for years. And, it was new for me. I thought it was a genius. But anyway, I went out to a couple of websites to see if anybody else was doing this, and come to find out there are special pipe cleaners that you could use for cleaning your guns, and they are pipe cleaners that are more absorbent. Like, I got these just for this demonstration in a arts and crafts store, but these bristles are nylon or probably made of some sort of plastic, and they're not very absorbent, even though it did catch some dirt. Let me hit the lights, please. You can see that there is dirt in there and it is sticking, but you could do a lot better by getting special pipe cleaners that have absorbent bristles, like maybe a cotton or something like that. And I noticed that, I think it was either Brownells or Midway USA or one of them other big gun stores, they had a special pipe cleaner that was more absorbent to help you get the dirt. But this really just works great. And I like it, better than wrapping a patch around something. This offers, I think it offers more ease. And you have a lot of cleaning area. You could just sort of rebend it and work your way up. It lasts a long time. One pipe cleaner can go a long way, and you could shape it to whatever shape you need to get into whatever spots you need. There's some, look at this tights. There is some really deep crevices down in here that you really can get down in there with that. Look how nasty. So, wanted to give you this tip. I thought it can help. Another good place to get while we're here is, let me get a pointing device, is you're looking at the let me see, it's hard to see with this camera in this particular position, but here's where the firing pin comes out, right in here. Not sure if you can see, but underneath that extractor, right in here, it's very hard to clean in there. And you could get the pipe cleaner underneath your extractor and make sure that you're cleaning under there. If you don't clean there under the extractor, I don't mean redundant here, but if you don't clean under there for a very long time, you're going to end up having failures to extract because a lot of carbon and everything's going to get under there. So it's good when every time you clean your gun, run a pipe cleaner or, you know, one of these plastic things under there, scrape a little bit. I don't like to use metal, even though if I have to, they have these really teeny wire brushes. So if you really need to be a little more aggressive for whatever reason, you could get this under the extractor, or you could get this into very tight spots if it's really bad. But I don't resort to any kind of metal or brass unless I tried plastic and plastic brushes first to see if they do the job, because I want to use the least amount of abrasive as needed and not go any further. So there you go, just sitting here cleaning my Beretta PX4, and I thought it'd be a good idea to share this tip with you. Now I wanted to go over some upcoming things, so hang on with me and I'll be right back. And you're still here, and I appreciate it. So here's the frame of my Beretta PX4, and I'll tell you, the grips on Berettas are just absolutely incredible. You go to a gun store, if you never owned a Beretta, you know, go to the gun store, pick it up, and the grip, if you have medium to large hands, the grip is incredible on these things. I've had 2 people that I've brought to a gun store, you know, and they had in their head that they wanted a Glock or a Springfield XD or XDM, and I told them, you know, just try them all, because one of these are bound to like be a oh my god kind of thing. You know, I've gone into gun stores and I would try different ones, and all of a sudden I'd pick up one and go, holy crap, this thing is like made for my hand. One of those guns was the Walther P99, but also most of the Berettas, such as the Cougar, which is now made by Stoeger, and now the PX4, I picked these things up and I'm like, man, it's like made for my hand. And it's not just me. I've had 2 other people I've brought to gun stores and had them pick up, let's say, the M9, or I'm sorry, the FS92 or the Beretta PX4, and they get the same reaction. It's incredible. You know, 500 years of making guns, Beretta definitely has the grip down. It's incredible. It doesn't even have finger grooves, but it just I don't know, the shape, something about it just fits. Now, even if you're making guns for 500 years, you're bound to screw up eventually. You have all the moving parts and everything, and I wanted to give you a preview of what an upcoming video is about once I get all the pieces together. I got in the mail a voluntary product recall from Bass Pro, and it was a recall on, let me give you the pretty picture, on the Beretta on the Beretta Neos. The Beretta Neos. So we'll go ahead and do a on-screen safety check. Okay, all clear. We're safe. And here it is. This is the Beretta Neos. Great 22, one of the easiest ones to break down. Unfortunately, this has been recalled. And the reason why it's recalled is because when you're taking off the safety, it can possibly go off. And I think, you know, there's the possibility, the remote, slightest chance that it might go off. And one of the ways, there are 2 ways to tell whether or not your Neos needs to be recalled. And that's one, by the way the back of the firing pin looks. And the second one is to look up the serial number. So if you come back in the next couple of videos, you will see my video on how well, well, I'm going to go over about the recall, how it's done, and how well Beretta handles it. So again, thank you very much for coming back to the Gear Obsession channel. I appreciate all of you. That's you, the friends, subscribers, and viewers. Thank you very much. And if you celebrate the holidays such as Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it may be, I hope you have a happy one. Take it easy.